In today's update, we'll quickly go through the latest details on the second stimulus check and the next stimulus bill. Right now, we're seeing different calls on a lot going on with the stimulus bill. The Democrats have passed a $2.2 trillion package in the House, and the White House has an offer on the table for $1.62 trillion. And the president is calling for Congress to make another stimulus bill. He even said this weekend in his tweet that they need to do it for the country and that they need to do it because the USA needs more stimulus and they need to work together and get it done. Now, there's been so much reaction from this tweet that he sent out, and we're also seeing another report, a fresh report from Senator Lindsey Graham. So, Lindsey Graham said that he called Trump today from the hospital to talk stimulus. So, he talked about the stimulus legislation, and this sounds like a good news because again, he did say that he just spoke with the president, and he sounds terrific, very engaged, and ready to get back to work. So he's calling for more stimulus. He's talking about the stimulus legislation, and it does seem like something will happen, even though we haven't seen anything yet in terms of a stimulus agreement. It does appear that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin did have a discussion today on the stimulus. So they had some stimulus talks, and this lasted for about an hour. So I'm sure within the hour they were talking about a whole lot of things. The call must have been going well for them to be on the phone for a whole hour. Because I'm sure if the call wasn't going the way both sides were expecting or making some kind of progress, they would likely not be on the phone for an hour. But who knows? It does appear that the outcome of this call was no stimulus deal again, which is something that we've been seeing in the past few weeks and past few months now. But the fact that both of them are still talking, and according to this report, it does say that both sides plan to speak again on Tuesday to craft a relief bill. So we're going to get more details on that tomorrow because the story keeps unfolding, and we've seen a whole lot of pressure on both sides right now to get something to happen. With the airlines laying off people and Nancy Pelosi calling on airline executives and saying do not fire the airline workers. So the airlines started firing or laying off some people basically because they didn't get the stimulus funding that they requested from the government. So this is a key issue right now because as they lay off these airline workers in the tens of thousands and close to 100,000 airline workers, it creates a whole lot of pandemonium because when these people have to go back to work, most of their certifications will be expired, and this also adds to the will add to the number of unemployed Americans. So this is not a good look right now. So they need to come down and make something happen. They need to strike a deal, and also they will need the support of the Republican controlled Senate, according to this report. It also appears that in order to lay the groundwork for a deal in the Senate, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin told Republicans today to prepare a new stimulus package as soon as midweek. So we might be seeing some kind of stimulus package from the Republicans this week. And this basically is in order for them to have something on the table as they are negotiating, or if they tend to come close to an agreement with Nancy Pelosi. By them, I mean Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and the White House. So it just depends on the understanding they have right now. But according to what we're hearing, it does appear that some type of stimulus package may come from the Republicans. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did appear on the face of the nation on Sunday, and she basically said that for us to see an agreement right now, it will depend on how the other side understands what they have to do to crush the virus. She never really gave any specific timeline for when an agreement will be seen. But what we're seeing is the stimulus talks keep going on, and both sides are talking about a possible stimulus package that will likely include the second round of stimulus checks to the people. Again, I want to know your thoughts about these. How do you feel about the conversations going on right now with the stimulus talks? We are 29 days away from the election, and we haven't seen anything come through yet in terms of a stimulus agreement. Instead, all we're seeing is them going back and forth. And there's another report here that the IRS, so the IRS basically owes $100 million or has to pay $100 million worth of $1,200 stimulus checks to prisoners. So this was a lawsuit that was sent out, and looks like we do have some update here from Forbes. according to this update, it does say that the judge basically ordered that at least 80,000 incarcerated individuals who stand to receive upwards of $100 million in stimulus check relief. So these people are people who did not receive the first stimulus checks, not the second stimulus checks. So right now, 80,000 incarcerated individuals will likely be getting the first stimulus checks that they missed out on. Just a quick update on that one. And the other thing that's on the table right now is that the White House has threatened to overrule the stimulus bill that came from the lawmakers. So the $2.2 trillion stimulus bill, the new report here from Inside Defense is saying that the White House has threatened to overrule this stimulus bill because this stimulus bill basically contains a $2 billion for the Defense Department, right? So the House bill, which we saw, would provide $705 million to the Defense Health Agency to underwrite the manufacturing of COVID preventives and treatments, and also it has $320 million to pay for personal protective equipment for medical personnel and patients at military treatment facilities, and it has an additional $1 billion to cover the salaries of many military-based employees who are paid through non-appropriated funds such as child care and recreation facilities workers. Then the other thing here that's a sticky issue is that this bill does not include the $10 billion to $20 billion that Pentagon Acquisition Chief Ellen Lord has requested to reimburse defense contractors for pandemic-related expenses. So it does seem like there's some type of request in the tune of tens of billions of dollars to reimburse defense contractors. So some of these issues or these payments and provisions that weren't seen in the House $2.2 trillion bill might be vetoed by the White House. Again, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. We are seeing a whole bunch of things come up with this stimulus package. But right now, let's just say that we are going to see a stimulus agreement happen this week. And if it happens, I'm just saying, imagine if that happens, if they come to an agreement this week, when are we expected to see the second stimulus check or the stimulus bill pass if they get to an agreement? So CNET has done a good job in putting some possible timelines, some possible dates together. But let's talk about the very last time we could see a stimulus bill pass before November election. So right now, what we have in front of us is October 30th for the House to pass an agreed upon bill, and then October 31st as the last option before the election for the Senate to sign that stimulus agreement or the next stimulus bill. Then the president to pass the stimulus bill, then the president to sign it on November 2nd. Again, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. While we wait for Congress to finalize the next stimulus package, you may have to pick up a side hustle or side gig to get some cash or make some extra money from home. Be sure to check out the video on the left to discover the one-of-a-kind website that pays you hundreds to thousands of dollars to just read out loud. This is a free, simple, and exclusive side hustle, and in this video, you'll discover the step-by-step process to get started today. And if you want the best-kept secret to increase your credit score fast, check out the video on the right. Don't forget to help others find this video quicker by liking this video and sharing it. And also, be sure to subscribe now as we track the latest progress on the next stimulus package. See you in the next update. Be safe and thank you for watching.